Okay, I'm going to go a little fast. Remember, on any of the problems that you do on the test tomorrow, the written problems are going to be worth 4 points. Here we talk about t-shirts. It says they're normally distributed. Always be looking for that. If it doesn't say normal, then you can't do it. What proportion of shirt prices are between 37 and 59.47? So I would expect a curve showing 37, 59.47 that you shade in between. If you do not shade, you will not get credit for that point. Since there are two values, you do two z-scores. You get these z-scores to be negative 1.45, 2.63. So I'm just going to throw that in by normal CDF. I think it was negative 1.45 and 2.63. I get 92%. Then my last 2 points are to the 92% of the shirt prices are between those two values. I give the answer in context. If you do not give the answer in context, sometimes context can come really cheaply. For instance, if you're finding the standard deviation, then you can just say this is the standard deviation and give the answer, something like that. So for part B, what is the value of the shirt that's priced above 74% of the other shirts? Well, this value, when I draw the line, that's above 74%. So it's given me the area to the left. Okay, so I understand that. I go menu 6, 5, 3. I do the inverse norm, and I'm going to put in the 74. I have to put the mean and the standard deviation in of the shirts, and the mean and the standard deviation were 45 and 5.5. Sorry, I had to go back and look at it. And I get the answer 48.53. Now, what I didn't get right away is, of course, the z-score. So I probably want to go back and put a 0 and a 1 in here and get the z-score. That's the z-score. Be careful. I get students that do the inverse norm. They get the z-score. It looks like a percent. They put the answer as 64%. Again, don't be that student, okay? But my z-score, oh, why do I have 1.64 there? I don't know why. Should be a 0.64, so I have something wrong in there. That should be, if I have that on there, I apologize. I think it should be a 0.64 z-score in there, not 1.64. Typo. No, oops, I'm on this one. It is a 0.64 z-score. Sorry, I looked down at number 7. Okay, so I have the curve, I have the 0.64 z-score, filled it in, and I got the answer. $48.54 is above 74% of the shirt prices. Now, you're going to get those that you cannot do things with. I'm not going to go through all these. Look at number 7. It's got the curve shaded above. It's got the z-score. 5% of ball bearings are too large. We've got the next one. We've got the curve. I have to do the inverse norm of 98% on 7B to do this one. This is one I want to look at a little bit, 7B. Sorry, it's really small on the screen there. But I do the inverse norm, it gets me the z-score of 2.05. I'm looking for the standard deviation. Now, you have to do algebra. This is a basic algebra problem. So if you have questions on things like 7B, there's definitely going to be 1, maybe even 2 on the test tomorrow like that, where you have to solve for the standard deviation or solve for the mean. Number 8, it says what percent of the class scored below 70%. Just because these are percentages, that doesn't... you can have means and standard deviations that are percentages as well, but I can't do this one because it's not given as normal. Sorry, I know that was a quick rundown. I just want to make sure that when you do these problems, you show all 4 things. Again, 7B, I've got a curve. I shaded the top 2%, but I have to do inverse normal of 98% to get that z-score of 2.05. I have the value 4.018, subtract 4. 4 is the mean. The standard deviation, I have to solve that. How do I do that? Multiply by sigma, then divide by 2.05. You're going to get 0088. I'm not concerned with your algebra. You can simply get the answer. I'm concerned with 4 things. The curve and the shading, that's 1. The z-score setup, that's 2. And then the answer in context. What is the context in 7B? The symbol standard deviation in that one gets you the context, believe it or not, because you were looking for the standard deviation. So you're saying the standard deviation is 0.088. Hope you get something out of these. Good luck on the test tomorrow.